Jira Service Management tutorial for beginners. Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how you can get started with service management using Jira. Jira is a leading tool in service management and it can make business teams, IT teams, and development teams deliver exceptional service. All you need to do is get started with Jira. They have multiple different systems built to help your team succeed, including request management, incident management, problem management, change management, and assets and configuration. You can realize upwards of 277% return on your investment. So what's there to wait for? Let's get started with Jira. To get started, you can continue with Google or Microsoft, but it is recommended that you should be using your own valid business work email. So we're going to be using Google for today, but I do always recommend opting for your business email when you have a business email. Once you proceed with your sign up, you're going to have to sign up to Jira. So I am going to sign in with a different account and we're just going to go back and sign up with this account over here. And if you want, you can use Microsoft as well. I'm just using Google for a quick sign up. Now, once you proceed with your sign up, the first thing you have to do is name your site. Usually this is going to be for all of the Atlassian products that you have. So you want this to be either your team name or your company name. Now, this needs to be lowercase letters and numbers. This is already taken, so I'm going to go with Spencer9. And this is not taken, so I'm just going to go with this name. And then I'm going to click on Go to Jira Service Management. So we're just going to be refreshing whatever error that has happened on Atlassian's end. So we might just have to refresh this. And once we've done that, we are going to go with a different name this time. Hopefully this name is not going to be taken. And yeah, so our confirmation has been done. Now, first off, we're going to have to specify what type of business we are in. So for us, let's say we are going to be using this particular tool for project management, or whatever field you're in, you can enter that. Whatever aspect of your business you're looking to manage, you can enter that over here. Once you've done that, they are going to be working on your cloud site. This can take a few minutes for your cloud site to be completely built. So in the meanwhile, what you can actually do is confirm your email address or verify your email address. So just open up your mailbox and you probably will have received a verification email. So you can go on ahead and confirm your verification email. And I'm just going to be doing this as our Atlassian account is going to be created. Just like so, our web account has been created and we're going to click on Create Project to get started. Now, within this, in our service management, we have different types of templates. This includes our blank project for service management. We have IT service management, advanced IT, work requests, general service management, customer service management, HR service management, and much more. So service management can truly be from any niche. Depends on what you are trying to build. If you want to customize it, you can always start with a blank slate, but I prefer to use a template. I want to be using General Service Management as the basic template, and I'm just going to click on New Template over here. Once you do that, you're going to choose your project type. If this is a team-managed project or a company-managed project. This is for teams who want to control their work processes and practice in a self-contained space, whereas a company-managed project is going to be interlinked with other teams across many projects in a standard way. You will see their essential features and advanced features. So general service management, let's say, is going to be a company-managed project. Then after that, I'm going to enter the project name. So this is going to be our service management. And then the key for this is going to be SM. Then the team type is going to be facilities. And this is going to help you in customizing your project setup. Then you have your channel access. So if anyone can submit requests to this project or if this is restricted, then we're going to click on Create Project to proceed. Once we have done that, we can move on towards the next step. So we're just going to be waiting for our project details. Now, once our basic service manager has been created, we have to go through all of the different elements within this. So first off, you want to create a request in the portal. Then you view your incoming requests in one place, and then you can keep track of your conversations with the issue view. So to get started, you guys can see you have a demo service project that is created, which I'm going to be deleting because we are already using a template. Now within that, you will see on the left, if you click on projects, you can click on your service manager. Then you will have a summary section. You will have your queue section. Within that, you have default, and then you can click on all open queues. Then you have all assigned items to you, and then you have unassigned work items. Then you have views, reports, knowledge bases, and the first step usually within setting up your service manager is to add some type of knowledge base. The reason for adding a knowledge base is to specify how to resolve the issues that are going to be coming in. So you can activate knowledge and you can allow your service managers to be able to provide adequate answers. You can add them from various projects. So if you already have a knowledge base in Confluence, or if you have Google Drive items that can reflect whatever your policies are, you can link them or just click on Get Started to start writing your own service management article. So once you click on Get Started, you're going to click on Confirm. And from here, you can proceed with building a knowledge base. Now, building a knowledge base is not time consuming if you already have all of your standard articles ready, which means you already have all the bits and pieces that you want your team to know ready. However, if you don't know that, you can utilize the power of AI and specify some of the basic directories and add that information from an AI tool to your knowledge base. Below that, you even have a directory of customers and organizations that might be interacting with you. And then you have channels. So by default, you will have a email support channel. You can click on configure to configure this. And once you do that, you guys will see you have emailed request, view logs, and no email received. This is a reply to address. Then below that, you also have chat, widgets, virtual service agents, external resources, and issue collectors. You can add all of these and link all of these in all of the spaces where you find that customers or team members are going to require to submit some bit of information to you. Now going back into our basic project manager, like so. Now you guys can see over here, we can raise a request. Once someone clicks on raise a request, they are able to proceed with a question or a request or an incident. Once they do that, they can add the summary, the details of their request, and it would be submitted into our service manager, just like so. So this allows you to manage within business requests or customer requests as well. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or queries, you guys can leave those in the comments down below. I would love to know what you guys have to say, and thanks for watching.